Alright, so as you guys can see, I got the garage strung up with some Christmas lights. Figured that'd be a nice way to start the video. How you guys doing today? I am digging into this G35, finally, because I finally feel up to the weather. It's been a very weird last 10 days. Like, I'm not sure if I had COVID, because I didn't have any symptoms other than congestion. Didn't lose my smell, didn't lose my taste. Didn't have overly fatigue issues, just very congested, and it makes it kind of hard to work. But I got the hood pulled off here. I think Chad's at work right now, so I can't get my hoist leveler, so I'm just gonna have to go with the old tried and true seat belt. So I'm going to connect the hoist and start pulling this thing out. I'm tripping over stuff. Alright, well, as you guys can see, got the VQ out. There were a little bit of troubles. I'll show you here. The 03 cats are very, very, very wide. I'm pretty sure that's probably the case on the other ones, but there's no way you're clearing the steering shaft with that unless you got a load leveler. And since mine is at Chad's and I didn't feel like waiting, I did it without a load leveler. So, you know, I ran into the problems that you'd expect to have when you can't adjust stuff like that on the fly. So all the transmission fluid drained everywhere, so I'm gonna have to grab some kitty litter and deal with that. But the engine's out, so that's what's important. So I'm gonna get off this old wire harness right here, take a look at the transmission. This transmission is more than likely gonna come off because, you know, we already went and we got the other one. As far as I know, these have completely different management systems in them, the 03 versus the 05s and 06s. So I'm just gonna trust what I was told. I think I can already see right here off the bat that this clip right here is different. This is essential. So yeah, I just gotta grab a wire harness from the junkyard, and then once I grab that, it should be good to just plug it all together and start it up. So I'm gonna take a look at this thing here and see what all I need to start getting done. Alright, so the mailman just came. As you can see, we got something from one of the better companies. Let's get this open. This is for the VQ swap. Look great. So if you guys don't already know, I got this ISR blast pipe set for like 50 bucks off my buddy. And the LSY pipe, that's what that is right there, is designed to connect to any S13 catback exhaust. So this is designed for the LS swap, and then when ISR developed the long tube VQ headers for the S13 swap, they made these interchangeable, so you can basically just use this for the LS or the VQ swap. Now, I don't have the ISR long tube headers, but I do have OEM headers with test pipes on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the car over to my buddy's fabrication shop, and what he's going to do is not only do the flanges need to be cut and rotated to line up with the flanges on here, but the test pipes also need to be pushed up into the frame rails of the car, because, you know, the S13 and the G chassis aren't created the same, you know what I mean? So when you put the test pipes on, they sit a little bit wider than the frame rails and lower. So when I get that chopped up and brought up, I'll also get the flanges rotated, and then the Y pipe should attach right to it. And then, of course, we have the rest of the setup right here, which will bolt right onto it. and nothing else will have to be aligned. So all the fabrication work that needs to be done will be done to the test pipes. So it kind of eliminates some of the work from the equation and makes things a lot easier. So that all works out. But as you can see, we got the engine out of the G35 here. We had to use the trusty old seat belt because I didn't feel like waiting for the hoist leveler. I got the transmission right here. I got the carbon drive shaft from a 350Z. However, I'm going to be putting this on my G35 and taking the drive shaft from my G35 and using it for this swap, because why wouldn't I do that? You know what I mean? It's a carbon fiber drive shaft. It's a one piece. It weighs a whole lot less than the whatever setup they got on the G35. So I'm definitely going to switch that over, spoil the car a little bit. But yeah, that's about it for this right now. I'm going to clean up, run some errands, and then see if I'm gonna come back home and deal with anything. Hey, what's up guys? So yesterday we took the G35 Sedan back over to where we're gonna sell it from. Here's the clip. And then after that, we pulled forward this G35 and we're getting ready to put this engine into this car. So in a little bit, I'm gonna grab the hoist leveler from Chad's house and then drop this engine in this car to get it out of the way. Also, what we've been doing is getting the engine in the MR2. So that's completely in there, that's all done. And this should be getting started up pretty soon here, next couple days. And then that'll be out of the way. So I'm gonna get some things off of this engine right here and get it prepped to go back in this car. And yeah, and then after I get the hoist level, we're gonna drop that in. Alright, 20 minutes later, engine's in. Nissan did a good job when they developed this vehicle. That was cake. So tomorrow when it's daytime, I'll come out and put all the front stuff back on and see what all I need to take care of. I know I have to get that clutch fan off the front. So, well, maybe I don't, because the radiator clears more on this car than it does on the sedan. So we'll see if I have to take that off. Everything's really rusty on the car, so anything I don't have to touch, I'd prefer not to have, you know, not to mess with. So the 4AG is back in the MR2. Tomorrow we're going to go over everything and make sure we got all of our grounds done up. I'm also going to work on this G35 right here and make sure I can get the trans mount on, get the engine mounts bolted up so they're secure, and then I'm going to start getting the core support and front end put all back on and get the radiator and all that stuff situated. And then I think in the next week or two here, I'm going to be taking the S13 over to my buddy Mitch's shop, and he's going to be modifying my test pipes to line up with this ISR-Y pipe properly, so it all fits under the S13 with this ISR exhaust right here. So I can't wait to get that done. The S13 is going to sound amazing. Can't wait for that. So, sorry for the lack of content lately. I have been really sick, and I'm starting to get over it, getting my energy back, so that's good. And I'm starting to have starting to get things at the house here figured out in terms of the cars and what's all going on with them and sourcing the parts and all that stuff. So if you're just patient with me here, we got some really cool stuff coming soon. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.